what's up everyone? This is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today I'm back with an unboxing video for you guys. I know I said in my previous one I'm gonna be offline for a little while due to my upcoming examinations, but today I managed to find some time so we can do this unboxing review together. This figure we see right in front of us is actually a gift from a very dear friend of mine. It's kind of like an early Christmas gift, so if you're watching this, I want to say thank you so much. I've told you in person, but thank you so much and I really appreciate it. Okay, so this figure is called the Glitter and Glamours BOA HANCOCK Christmas Style by BANPRESTO. Another figure from the Glitter and Glamours series. This time round, we are back to the Christmas style theme. So, if you have been collecting figures from the Glitter and Glamour series, or you're knowledgeable about the figures that were released from this series, you know that last year they did the same thing. They did a Christmas themed figure and it featured Nami, and I think it's also called something along the lines of Christmas style, so it should be Nami Christmas style or something. I'm not too sure because I didn't really get the figure. And it seems like now it's a recurring theme, and as long as this series is alive, maybe we expect a different character featured around the Christmas period next year. Hopefully Robin, because I love Robin so much. Alright, and so this year we got Hancock, which I would think will be very popular with a lot of collectors, a lot of people, because she's a really famous One Piece character for a lot of people. And I just get straight to the box. So there's actually two variants. I think at the back of the box I'll show later the other one, but this one we have here is actually the one where she's wearing kind of like a gold costume or gold outfit. It's really cool. You can see an image of it, and this is the side view. Another image of the figure that we're going to get. This is the other side, a full body length shot, and this is the back. Yep, and I think over here you could just see this is the B version. Also, we have the A version. This is the B version, and the colors of the outfit is just totally different. This one that we have is actually gold with a red coat, and this one is a red outfit with a white coat. And I think the facial expression is also different. You could see this one here, she's just kind of, being really confident, and the red one, she's just being a little shy, a little bit blushing around the cheeks. So that's really interesting as well. And of course, I have my Toei sticker over here. So it's all sealed and everything. We can get straight to the unboxing. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I've taken out the parts of the figure and we can see it in front of us. We have 4 pieces. Starting from the left, we have a supporting base, and by the looks of it, it seems like it is going to be absolutely necessary for the figure to stand upright, just by the looks of the design. Okay, and next we have the head of Hancock. Okay, let's bring it closer so we can have a better look. And I'm really liking the face over there. I think the lipstick's paint is really well done, and just by looking at the face, you have that typical kind of confident and a bit arrogant Hancock look. I think it really captures her personality really well. And of course, we have a golden earrings as usual. Her hair, we can't really tell like this because I think it's supposed to rest on the coat. So we have a better view, better understanding of how it fits together. Alright, next we have basically the rest of the body, which comes in one piece. Okay, which is gonna make our job a lot easier when we put a figure together. And lastly, we have this very nice kind of coat, a red coat, similar to maybe something Santa will wear. Alright, and let's just piece the figure together. Alright, let's just see if this can stand on its own first. And no, it doesn't seem that way. You could see, I think you could see right in the video how the way they designed the heels are not touching, so there's practically no balance at all, and it leans to the right. So let's try to fit the base on first. Alright, I think it goes like this. Okay, I got one leg in and the other, and seems like this is good. Oh, it's actually really tight. New figures, I'm a bit scared that I'll break it, but it's good. And I would think the next step is to put the coat on before the head. This should be the way. Yep, looks right. And last but not least, we put a head on. And there we go, everyone. This is how the figure looks like when it's pieced together. And I think first impressions, I would just like to say this looks a lot better than I think it would. I mean, when you look at the photo, right, it's a photo, but when it is right in front of you in real life, this looks really great. I'm not sure is it because of the outfit or because of the vibes that Hancock gives off, but this looks really good, and it's kind of unique in its way, which is really interesting. Maybe let's take a quick look at the costume or the outfit that she's wearing. You know, this is definitely meant to be really sexy, because we can tell that whatever she's wearing is kind of supposed to be a present for you to unwrap with this ribbon over here. So I think it's definitely working, because I think she's really sexy here. Just look at the chest. They always give Hancock a really nice chest. She's wearing quite a bit of jewelry around her arms as well as around her neck, and you can really see how nicely they sculpt the mid-torso of Hancock, just right above her skirt, or whatever you call it. I'm not too sure of what is this even called in the first place. And her legs goes neatly all the way down to her heels, and even around her ankles she has those ribbon things that is being wrapped around. This is the back view, so that's really neat. Yeah, and when you talk about color shading, I don't think there's any shading at all on this figure, because practically the body is one color and the dress itself is painted with the kind of reflective paint. Yeah, and I think it's supposed to be golden, but it doesn't really look gold. I think from the video you could tell too, it's kind of a little bit lighter than that, like caramel kind of color. I'm not too sure, and I'm really not sure if you can see below, but I guess it's something. I think she's definitely wearing underwear if you're interested in that. Okay, and yeah, and I think her coat, I didn't talk about her coats, but it has some nice tweezers going on, but not a lot of shading too. I don't think there's significant shading across the figure. And of course, all this fur, it's kind of nicely detailed for a price figure. So I'm now gonna take out some of my other figures so we can do a little bit of height comparison and see how this Hancock compares. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the height of this figure first. From the bottom up, it's around 24.5 cm, so around 9 3/4 inches. Probably a typical height for a figure from this series. And what I want to do is that I want to bring in the OG BOA Hancock, which is basically the first figure, or maybe not the first figure, but one of the earlier figures from the series. And we can do a little bit of height comparison. And I think you can see a difference is that there's definitely, this Hancock is definitely taller, and it's kind of a little change in scale just by looking at those arm sizes, the length, the body shape. It's all a little bit different, and I want to address this because I feel that this is an upcoming trend with figures from this series. And I mentioned this in my Glitter and Glamours, Nico Robin and BOA Hancock Shiny Venus videos, that when placed next to the earlier counterparts, earlier standing up counterparts, they seem to be a little bit smaller in scale. And of course, we can make an excuse and say something like, they're sitting down, you can't really tell, or they're kind of in their own zone, own kind of scale. But with this new figure of Hancock also standing up, we can tell that it's starting to change. They could be doing something like making the figures a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller than the original, than the earlier figures from the series. It's not really a big deal, but I just think that people should notice this just in case, because as a scale collector myself, I find it kind of important to have my figures look good together with height and stuff. So maybe as an example, I just want to bring in the King of Artists, Luffy. Alright, and maybe you could tell, for example, if you have the earlier Hancock and this Hancock, in terms of height, which one will look better with this Luffy? Okay, I mean, if you look at this Hancock, probably because in the manga, in the anime, she's definitely a lot taller than Luffy, so it kind of fits a little bit well. But if you put these two together, they look kind of more within the same height. But of course, in terms of the body shapes and sizes, they're a little bit different. It's really up to you, but I just want to put it out there so everyone's a bit aware. And if I'm not wrong, I actually watched a video of this figure next to last year's Nami Christmas style, and the Nami Christmas style totally towers over this one. She's really tall and makes this figure totally seem like a different scale. And they won't look good together, I promise you that. That Nami Christmas style and this BOA Hancock Christmas style do not look good together in terms of scale. Alright, with that out of the way, I of course just gonna bring in the POP Sanji, which is absolutely in love with this Hancock. So you can do a little bit of comparison with a POP. This Sanji here, it's sailing against Sanji, it's around the typical height of a POP figure. So with all that being said, I just want to conclude that this figure is absolutely gorgeous and definitely hits expectations. It looks a lot better in real life than the videos and pictures that I've seen online. This is definitely an incredible figure for BOA Hancock fans, or even just, you're just a random collector that just likes how this figure looks. This is a combination of sexiness and classiness all in one. And I think the vibes that BOA Hancock gives off it fits in really well. Okay, the outfit is just really cool, a little bit playful, which is kind of nice. And what I like a lot about it is how I think when it sculpts this body, it's not overly ridiculous. I think this is a very believable body type. I've seen some, possibly certain ladies in real life like this. So it's not as ridiculous as the anime, where they just kind of draw them to extremities. Yeah, how I'll display this figure is probably with the rest of the girls that I own, but if not, I think it will look well with the King of Artists 20th Luffy, because of just how they have the color red and pairs off well together. Alright, yeah, that's all I have. So thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions, do post them in the comment section below or hit me up on my Instagram. do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and hit the notifications button if you've not done so. The next video will probably be POP maximum white beard, depending on when it arrives at my house. So if it comes early before the exam, maybe I can pull off a little time to do a quick review, or if not, it's gonna be in December, guys. Alright? And that's all I have. Thank you guys, and bye bye. See you again.